Hi everybody, welcome back. Welcome to Unchained Crochet. I believe this is This Week in WIPs episode 9. I've not been doing them every week, obviously, but I have a couple things to share with you. I'm a little worn out, and I'll tell you more about it later and try not to go on and on about it, but I now have a sponsor. I know you're not supposed to do business with family. It's kind of just a little thing to help it get going, this idea I had. Well, you know, you can debate who had the idea, but my Aunt Penny has been here. And she come and left. You know, she got all settled in for a while. And then I come in and caught her in my nightgown, my brand new nightgown I just got. You know, I've barely worn it. And she just thinks she owns the place, and she's trying to tell me do this, do that. And then she was upset because the house was messy. Yarn everywhere from buying yarn and working on stuff and being at work and not being home long enough that I have time to fix it all back up and put it all back away. So she's being judgmental with me. And then she thinks she's my shrink. So she's like, I don't know, she's just so fake. She's fake. I love her, but she's fake. I'm calling her out now, and I'll show you guys why later at the end of this video. You'll see, I have proof. She is screwier than I don't know what. And she's screwed tight too, like up there. She just screwed really tight, like a machine thread on some screws. Instead of a slow turn, it's got this really tight threading to it. That's her mind sometimes. And she thinks she can treat me like I'm her patient. And she's telling me, oh, you got SCD, that's secondary crafting disorder. I'm like, what are you talking about? Oh, SCD, secondary crafting disorder, and you know, it's when you're crafting to support your other crafts. I'm like, whatever. Okay, so anyway, I love you, Aunt Penny, if you're watching, but you know you drove me batty this weekend already, and she already took off, you guys, like nothing, because it's gotten cold up here, and she's not used to this cold weather in Indiana, so the cold kind of helped screech her out the door. Aunt Penny, I'm only kidding, kind of, sort of, in a way, but not really. I mean, seriously, you need to get yourself in check. This is my house. This is my craft room. This is my living room. Me and my husband live here. He doesn't mind the mess, you know, and I know I should have had it cleaned up when you got here, but I'll work on it better next time. I love you. Just don't try to be my shrink anymore. Please, please. Okay, so you all stay tuned for a word from my sponsor, and we'll be back, and you'll get some little tidbits of information about specifics of things that were said and done this weekend that I don't particularly appreciate so much. Okay? And then we'll talk about the WIPs. No drama. No drama. I'm not going to have it, so it's just go on and fly away. Aunt Penny, I love you. I did have a good time, some of the time. All right, now, a word from our sponsor. Hi, y'all. I'm Miss Penny Wiggins. I am Jen Unchained Crochet's aunt, Aunt Penny. And let me tell you, I want to invite y'all down to our new Facebook group. Consider it somewhat of a WIP corral. It is the WIP Exchange, where your WIP becomes someone else's treasure. Your little orphan you've cast off and defiled, and you've thrown it, maybe even thought of tossing the poor little WIP into the trash. Save the WIPs. Save the WIPs. Let's save all those babies. Let's get them, round them up, trade them, swap them. Let's make them into something great. Do you find yourself overwhelmed? Are you crafting to support your other craft? Are you enlisting others to help others who are helping you to support your craft? You may need some help with us. Are you constantly cleaning up all that WIP mess everywhere? Have you worked on a project or two, such as Genderella here? Genderella, get it clean, get it clean. All of it. Get it all together. Come on, girl. You can do it. Then maybe you need to join the WIP Exchange. Do you have too much WIP stash? Has your WIP stash become whiplash? Let me tell you, I got your problem. I got your solution, because Jen suffers from it too. We all suffer from it, but let me tell you, you suffer needlessly, and there is help on the horizon. Come and get a new WIP. Trade your WIP with a friend. Make a deal. Just don't steal. We're going to trade and have a fair trade at that, and we're all going to love on our WIPs, and we're going to nurse those WIPs into something nice. Don't suffer with your whiplash. We're not going to use any cash. Yarn is our currency, and we deal in WIPs. Come on, Cinderella. We got to go see that baby now and get some more yarn. Okay, so, alright guys, we've got a new deal, and in this new deal, I want you all just to feel free, but please, 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 if you join the new Facebook group, no drama there. This is all in good fun. I'm sure you figured it out, you know, but I do have more to say about Aunt Penny later. But I, for one, have too many WIPs. Some of them I do have a little bit of WIP guilt about. And so I got the idea to do the WIP exchange. Aunt Penny will argue with you about whose idea it was, but it doesn't really matter at this point. She wanted to do commercials, so she started making those little videos. And thought everybody would get a kick out of it, think that she's just so funny. So I don't find her so funny at the end of the day when I'm achy and sore and we've been all around town and trying to show her a good time, and all she's thinking about is getting home, finishing up this YouTube video and crocheting. Yeah, Penny. So, again, we have been working, Trish and I have been working feverishly. I think she's getting caught up with me tonight. I think she's going to catch up. She's getting really close. She was ahead of me and then passed me. We're not competing on this. The MMI cowl is not a challenge. It's just a cowl. It's the throw size, and it is the Spice of Life pattern. We've used 6 different colorways of Karen Cakes yarn. So here I've got the red and gray. I haven't shown you guys like a really good view of this yet. And then the coral and the gray and tan taupe. It's kind of a muted rainbow. My back is literally cracking as I just hold this up to show you. Like, I'll tell you more about all the back stuff. All right. So it's a sampler. I've got it upside down, so my V-stitches are upside down, but you can see. And then this yellowy brown, I thought that would sub for a yarn with yellow in it because they didn't have anything in stock at Michael's last week. So then, here comes the green. Oh boy, my arms are getting tired. Okay, and pause for technical difficulties. There's the greens and has a little cream in it. Blues, a little bit of teals and blue. More back cracking toward the bottom. More as I hold my arms up, move my arms up, makes my lumbar spine click and pop. Doing shoulder rolls makes my thoracic spine click and pop and lock. It's crazy. Okay, purples. I threw a little bit of white into the purple before the lavender because I had so much toward the beginning and the middle of the blanket, so I put some soft white in there. And then I am ending it with a border of, I don't know if you call it grit stitch. I've used this several times. I used it in my Safe Haven wrap. It's got a bit of a texture. It's where you do the single crochet, double crochet, single crochet, double crochet. And when you come back to those stitches, you double crochet. You do the opposite to each stitch. So you double crochet into your single crochets and single crochet into the doubles. Gotta keep that straight. And then I just added a corner, you know, like a chain 2 space. And I'm increasing on the corners as I go round and round. I'm on the 3rd round. I'm increasing by doing 2 stitches, chain 2, 2 stitches. So I just work whichever stitch goes next to fit within the pattern, the every other, you know, changing the singles to doubles and doubles to singles. Got it straight, guys? Got it straight? So this is the MMI Cow Mini Mission Impossible. And it's for the Spice of Life crochet pattern is what we've used with 6 Karen cakes for this throw size. It's about, it's on our Facebook group, Unchained Crochet, not the WIP Exchange. And the WIP Exchange, I have yet to set that up. I will set it up before I air this video. But y'all come on down to the WIP Exchange. It's going to be a lot of fun. All right. This is maybe almost 5 foot wide. I've not measured the height. I've not held it up and stood up with it yet, but I had it on the recliner as I was working on the border. Sorry, I got hair in my face. Had it on the recliner, and the dog keeps trying to lay on it as I'm working on it, and that doesn't work for the border. You can change back and forth sideways doing rows, but I had to make her get off of it and then get another blanket down by my, bend my leg and put another blanket for her at the end of the recliner. So now I'm getting super hot working on this. You know, I'm just like, turn the heat down, babe, for once. Turn it down. Right, I tell him that all the time because he cranks it up. You know, what do you expect? He's from Africa. He's from Nigeria. So, okay, let's see. This is, now Trish's is wider than mine because she stitches a lot looser. It's equally beautiful. We use the same size crochet hook. We both use an eye. But our gauge is way different. So we did the same cast on as the pattern calls for. And about the same number of rows. I'm sure both of us have messed up a couple times on this. You can't tell it with the Karen cakes. You're not going to see a big boo-boo. What you will notice is if you lose a lot of stitches or you do, you know, add too many stitches. So your stitch count's the most important, and to make sure that your stitch count's right during the double row breaks between the lace panels to make sure that your blanket doesn't shrink or get enlarged. And you also want your stitch count to be right and be the same throughout, because all of your lace stitches fit that stitch count, and that the lace repeats all fit the same stitch count. So, okay, let's see how long this baby is. There's 1, woo, 2, woo, 3, woo. This thing is 9 foot long. It's 5 by 9. It's almost the size of a rug, and I did it. I mean, I could have been done with it last night, but I stopped all last evening. After getting home from work, I stopped to work on the MI challenge, which is the Mission Impossible, the big king size. Kathleen, I can't say her last name. I can't remember it right now. Has an O and a U in it. Anyways, Kathleen, a subscriber, maybe just a viewer, she has accepted the challenge. So we're racing against each other. I'm not sure what yarn she's using for her king size, but mine changes every row sometimes, a lot of times. So anyway, I'll show you that. And that one is going to be about twice the size of this one. So I had some catching up to do with her because I missed her post where she said, I'm caught up with you. And then she laughed me. I didn't see her post. I don't get Facebook updates like I should, even on my own group. So I'll have to fix that since we're doing the WIP Exchange. And we'll talk more about the WIP Exchange later. Okay, so this is 5 by 9. What a monster. But it's perfect for the recliner because it's not too wide to hang off the recliner onto the floor, you know, and I can fold it up, fold it under my feet, or just turn the top of it down, you know, give Bailey a bunch of it to lay on at the end. So I think it's a good size, you know. I think it's a good size, and I love the colors. This is my first project with Karen cakes ever, you guys. Can you believe that? All this time, first time with Karen cakes. So I'm very happy with the Karen cakes. I do plan to do some more Karen cake projects. Maybe do like a sampler Afghan and just use different Karen cake colorways. See how that goes. Maybe some big blocks so you get the color changes in each colorway in each block. So I think that would be like really pretty to have, like, I don't know, have a throw made up of 4 by 4 squares, 4 this way, 4 that way, or 3 by 3 where you got 9 blocks, and they're all a little bit different from each other, but they all work from the center out and about the same density. So I think that would be really cute done in different colors, to just try out all the different luscious colors that Can Cakes comes in. It's just so pretty. Now Beth, my oldest, had used the coral and taupe and made a real pretty virus blanket for my granddaughter Amora, and when she was baby, and it turned out just beautiful. It's on the back of a rocker, well, was in her room, and now she's got her baby brother in there, who Aunt Penny, she's just cuckoo-ca-choo sometimes. She's like, this baby just so cute. Aunt Penny, let me tell you, we're gonna have to talk about Aunt Penny some more here in a few. She can really out there, rocket to the moon. All right, so this is the MI challenge, and I named these Mini Mission Impossible and Mission Impossible cows with the hashtags so that we can find each other easily. Neva, I can't ever say your last name right. Ruiz, Manic, Momma, Musings. She's changed her channel name recently that I know of. Manic, Momma, Musings. I love Neva. She's just such a kind-hearted person, and she's just true to who she is, and, you know, like it or leave it. You know, she's just a genuine, soft, kind-hearted person. I love Neva. So Neva has been in the Facebook group for a while. We've been friends on YouTube, I think, since I started my channel. She's been watching, and I've been trying to keep up with everybody and everywhere, and I hopefully run into people I don't get to watch all the time in some chat on a live crochet show, which I really stink at doing live scheduling them. I'm really bad about scheduling so people can plan ahead if they want to come, if they even want to come. But Neva, she has started her MI cow. So we've got the king size crochet along, we've got the throw size crochet along, and then we've got the king size challenge. This is the king size challenge, and I named it Mission Impossible Challenge just because I started watching the Mission Impossible movies when I started this. I'm not kidding. Right when I started it, I had started watching my first Mission Impossible movie. I watched 2 or 3 that evening, and I think it was all in one night, and it took me that long to get 8 rows done. There's 2 or 3 movies. It took 2 or 3 Mission Impossible movies, and they're just double crochet at the beginning. 3 movies for 8 rows. And then I got back the next day. I'm like looking at it. I'm like, wait a minute. I looked at the pattern and then realized I needed to simplify that pattern. And I will show you tonight how to simplify the pattern up close. I'll show you my print, my copy of it, and what I did to it for notes to get rid of everything that wasn't pictorial or photo tutorial. But I realized the next day, I was like, oh, I got 2 more rows of double crochet to do before I start in on the grannies. So, getting it. I'm getting it. I don't know if I've caught up with you, Kathleen. I want to say your name's something like Broderick, but it's not Broderick. Broderick? Something like that. I stink with names. So I am on the stacked shells. I love that pattern. And I love all the colors. I love all colors. I think we just live in such a big world. And why not crochet the rainbow? Why not? This one here is a magenta and white. It's like little lumps of candy. Like those little cherry candies you eat at Christmas time. Little hard candies with the gooey stuff in them. Are they raspberry? My wig grip's showing. Are they raspberry flavor? Yeah, they're the raspberry flavor candies. My sister's favorite. So it's kind of looking circus tent like for a while, or Cracker Jack like. I think because of coloring. But now I'm adding other colors, and I don't know. It's like a color riot. Woo! Color riot! Lots of colors. So, I ordered from Hobby, H-O-B-B-I-I, Hobby, however you want to say it. And I got the little skeins. They're like I think they're 147 yards. And this light blue is one of those. There's maybe another one in here. It is their Amigo XL, which used to be Tivoli. I never used it before. I wanted something that is comparable, worst of the weight, comparable to I Love This Yarn. And I gotta say, you guys, it's pretty stinking close. The only thing I wish is that they had a larger skein. I thought I was getting such a great deal, and then I realized the skeins were so small. Even with the sale, it was $1.99. That's, you know, pretty good money for 147 yards for a clearance sale. So I got lots of colors. Well, then I decided I'm going to need more because it seems to take almost a half a skein, if not a little less, to get across one row. Seems to take up a good bunch of the yarn, maybe a third of it. So I bought more of the same ones, and hopefully between that and my stash and my actual scraps that are really scraps, I'll have all the colors that, you know, that I love and want to see together to go with our Ankara print pictures in our bedroom. So this king size is for our bed. It does hang over the bed. If you've not been following along, it hangs over the bed on each side about 10 inches, and it will be square. And the ends have to be finished up and the border on, and no significant changes to the pattern, and a size hook between an H and a J, I think is what I said. The rules are on the Facebook page if you find my post for that. So really not too late to join in if you feverishly knit, or you knit all day, or, you know, got some time on your hands and you want yet another WIP. Okay, so that's that. Last night when I picked it up, I'll just tell you real quick, I think I got from here, this like light peach color, here up to there done. And I was watching Triple C and Joe. Alright, so when it's this big, it's like a super scarf for Doctor Who. Like a giant size Doctor Who. That's that. And I'm trying to put the colors away. As I use them, I put them back on the cart. And the duplicates that I bought for when I run out, they're just still in the Hobby bag. I tried a couple new things from Hobby. I want to show you those real quick. So hang on just a second. I'm going to grab those. Back to what I got from Hobby. I don't know if I should finish talking about the yarn first. You've seen some of the colors I got from them for that king size blanket. I thought, well, I'm going to try this yarn because it looks beautiful in the picture. It's a little more peachy and pinky than it is orange. It looked a little darker. It looks more pastel. But it is beautiful yarn. This yarn is called Butterfly. It's 100% acrylic. It says Butterfly, 100% premium acrylic. And it really does feel like premium acrylic. Like, I started wondering if it was acrylic at all. It feels like a finely spun merino wool. It's very, very soft. Has a very nice hand. It doesn't snag on your cuticles. And the yarn gradient is just beautiful on it. I swear I remember getting 2 of these in my cart. And somehow I end up with this and this. Like, where did that come from? It's fuzzy yarn. I don't really do fuzzy yarn. I bought some fuzzy yarns from the Hobby Lobby clearance sale just because it was such a good deal and I could make some baby blankets with them. But I don't really do like this mohair looking stuff. I don't know if you can see that. I'm not big on that. It's very, very fuzzy. See? It's like a puppet. And the fibers go flying when you pull at it. Ooh, don't like that. So I might just throw it in a handbag. I got some boa yarn. Remember the boa yarn by Lion Brand or whatever it was? It was like a fuzzy boa yarn. I have some of that to blend in with other yarns. So I'm going to make a bag for fall, I think. It's got purple and orangey and rusty orange in it, I think. So it'll all work up together. Maybe throw some gold in there, gold yarn. But I don't know. This is called Fluffy Day. And it's got a butterfly on the label too. It's a worsted weight. And it's 100% acrylic from Hobby. So I think they accidentally sent this instead of 2 of these. I'm going to look at my order again and see, because if it does say that I should have got 2 of these, I'm going to tell them to send me that other one. I waited a long time for the order to come. It took approximately kind of long time. I'll tell you what, it was faster than one of the orders we had from Lion Brand that my daughter ordered. That took longer than my first Hobby order. I thought this one might get here. This order might get here before the Lion Brand came that we ordered before my first Hobby order for the king size blanket. So this is Butterfly, 100% acrylic. It calls for a 4 needle if you're knitting, a G hook. I don't do G's. I'll probably use an H. It's probably going to be something lacy like a shawl. You get 547 yards. I don't remember how much I paid for it. I want to say it was either $7.99 or $9.99. But it's a big skein. And look at all the colors. It goes from cream. There's cream in there. Look at that. Look. My back is stretching and popping. Look at to light pink, to light coral, to darker coral, to more of a rose, to the violet, to the deep purple. Look at that range. Beautiful yarn. Oh my goodness. Like, the only thing about this yarn is it does appear like I can see the end on the outside of the skein, and I can see the end and the beginning of the skein. And it is, can you see that? I'll try to put it over my head. See it? How easily those fibers are separating? It looks like it's going to be splitty. But it does appear to be somewhat springy. Like if I try to untwist the plies, if I try to untwist them, it goes right back on itself. So it does, it's not elasticy. It feels like cotton, almost like a Pima cotton, and it's soft. But if I twist it and let go, it goes right back a few times. And then it's just getting a little bit more frayed, like a little looser each time, where it doesn't quite go back. So I think maybe it won't split. We'll see. We'll see. I doubt. I want to say I'll try to do a review on this yarn, you know, show a swatch or something, but I'm not going to do that. You guys know I'm not going to get around to that. Let's just keep it real. More real than Aunt Penny. She's such a fake and a fraud. I love you, Aunt Penny, if you're watching. This, guys, I have not showed you. This is my little bluebird of happiness. My daughter felted it for me. She's getting into felting. Oh, Emmy. I don't know when this happened, Em. She lost an eyeball. She did a little bead or something there for her eye. She lost an eyeball, Em. She looks like she's winking. I can tell there was a bead there. And then she put some hand stitching over the wing, I think. Nope, it's just all needle felted for detail. But that's really cute. She's just getting into the needle felting, and my middle daughter, she weaves and stays home with my oldest granddaughter. So you all have seen Cameron as of this video. He's just adorable. Stay tuned. You'll see him. Well, I'm going to wait to put that in. You'll see Cameron. Because there's some videos I didn't feel quite appropriate for the sponsored commercial we just had, and but I do want you to see it because Cameron's in there. It's just Aunt Penny. She just really got annoying today. She's just a bit too much. Okay, here is I bought this, you guys. My daughter was like, Mom, you should have just bought a boppy. I'm like, wait a minute. I'm looking down at my tummy. I'm like, I got a boppy built in. Between the tummy and the chest, it's like, where am I going to put any curved pillow? But then I seen this, and it was like this in the photo, you know. And then if you let go, it's like this. And I tried putting it on my lap. I don't have much of a lap to begin with. I'm short-legged and have a tummy. When I'm in the recliner, there's not much lap there. So, like, it's like way out here. I can't even get my forearms on it good. Because I'm leaning back in the recliner. So I'm like that. And I don't stitch like that. Who stitches like that? I lean back and stitch, you know. But and then sometimes it's on my arms are resting on my tummy. I'm like, wait a minute. I got a pillow. Beth sent me, get the, what was it called? The breast friend pillow. Breast friend for, you know, moms who are breastfeeding. She said, get this pillow, Mama. I was like, what? She sent me a link. She said, yeah, Emily used it with Maggie. I'm like, oh, okay. But yeah, I don't think I need a pillow. One, I would get hotter, and definitely not working on that king size blanket with a pillow in front of me. I'm not going to try it again. But I was doing it because my arms have been getting weak off and on. Having back issues as well as knee issues. My orthopedic surgeon finally, he finally gave me cortisone shots. I've been seeing him for over a year. He didn't even do that before he did surgery on to clean up my meniscus tear. And do the lateral release on my kneecap. So he finally said, hey, let's try cortisone, because the gel shots didn't work that I wanted. He should have suggested the cortisone a long time ago. So now I can survive. I feel the bone-on-bone pain still, but I'm really not having, it's manageable. It's more manageable, but I'm having so much body pain all over now. My back is just crazy. It just really hurts so bad off and on throughout the day. Hurt across the hips, hurt up my spine. I have nerve pain go up my spine sometimes. Feel nerve pain across my hips. It's just really bad right now, you guys. So my arms have been a little weak. I had a tremor in this arm after cleaning a week and a half or so ago. And I didn't even clean with this arm. I used my right arm to clean and vacuum. So my tremor was like really bad. I'm picking up my tea to drink and it's doing this. I'm like, what is going on? You know, it's like somebody with Parkinson's or something. So, yeah. The chiropractor, started seeing a chiropractor, and he said, do these exercises this week. I've gotten 2 adjustments besides my initial visit where he did x-rays. The x-rays showed, and I had other x-rays done on my hips, which showed degenerative of my lumbar spine, moderate degenerative. And then I've got some mild and moderate. I can't keep them straight, which is which. I think my cervical area, I've got mild degenerative in my cervical area to like 1 or 2 vertebrae, and then disc, and then I've got thoracic degenerative as well as the lumbar that they found on the place the orthopedic surgeon sent me to x-ray my hips because of my hip pain. The thoracic, all of the cervical stuff, and thoracic and lumbar and sacrum. The sacrum is out of alignment. I've got 7 vertebrae out of alignment. So, and my knees all still messed up still. I can still feel my kneecap shifting. It was supposed to go into place, and I believe it was supposed to stay there after the lateral release. But when I bend over and my knee's not bent, I'm just bent over at work or around the house, I can feel my kneecap going do 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 do. It's just annoying. And then, because it used to go all the way to the outside when my knee was bent. They found that on x-ray when they took an x-ray with my knee bent. They see the kneecap was deranged and way off to the side. So the lateral release was to fix that and make it go straight. Well, I assumed it was going to stay straight once he said it would settle in, you know, after a while and flexing and bending, and I did all that. And it settles in, but it goes all over the place. Can't make up its mind. And then the inside, I still have the huge meniscus tear. I believe I've had a cyst that came and went again, a Baker's cyst. So, yeah. And now they finally say on the x-ray it's bone on bone. I have to dig in my records. I've never seen the radiologist report. If they had a radiologist read it, they did them in office, the initial x-ray to that knee. The doctor that referred me to an orthopedic surgeon. So a lot to say about that. I can just tell you right now, something's not quite right there with that doctor. So that's all I'm going to say. There's just a lot not quite right. So as a nurse, I really don't appreciate the lack of care and empathy that I have experienced. It's been really crappy. I wish I'd have found a better doctor that was more suited to me and my needs and remembered who I am from visit to visit. I'm like, I finally said something about it to the assistant. He must have heard because there's been some changes. I'll keep you guys updated with that in a future video, but right now it's not the time. Right now I want to find a new doctor and quietly just find a new doctor and get one with some good reviews. I have somebody that gave me a referral to their surgeon, but they're all the way on the north side. So my doctor is about an hour away, my family physician, and I don't know if I want to go that far or near that far to go to the orthopedic. I will if it's a very good doctor, though. I need somebody that's going to tend to my needs and take care of my pain and help me to adequately manage my pain because I have a whole lot of pain now. And a lot of it, I believe, has been accentuated. You know, it's been increased because of my gait being off so badly because of the pain and the bone on bone to my left knee. So now I'm just way off kilter. So I need somebody that's really going to take their time with me and really care. Give a rat's butt. You know, that's what I feel like, you know, people should have, is somebody who really genuinely cares about them and their health. So, all right. Aunt Penny has been overbearing, to say the least. She's like, do this, do that. She's telling me make these two little boards here. Use these boards and hold the whips up. So there's extra. I had ordered, honestly, it was me. Y'all know it's me. Me and my harebrained ideas. Penny Wiggum. Thanks, Sandy. Left is right crochet with Sandy. She said Wiggum should be the last name, Penny's last name. So, yeah, Aunt Penny Wiggum. So, the clothes pins, they're smaller than I thought they would be. I ordered those off of Amazon, and I got some wood at Lowe's and had them cut it in half. So I have 2 4-foot ones, and they are going in my bedroom, near the bed, but not right up near it. Kind of, the wall that's adjacent to the wall our bed is on. So I wanted them heavy enough, with all I just wanted the extra. So if I need to use 3 to hold one bag up and have one whip in there, I can use 3 and have them all lined up, nice and neat like that. If it's a jumbo bag, because I do use some jumbo storage bags, then you've got the clips all down there. You don't have to use every one. Look, I used every other. Isn't that great? So I've got 2 of these now, and if I want to, and it's a smaller project and not so heavy, hang it by 1. So that's hanging by 1, and it just fell off. So see, I'm glad I put them every 2 inches or so apart. And I just glued them with the E6000. And I don't care about the color. It kind of isn't just the natural wood. I don't care. It's not really for decoration anyway. It's more utilitarian. And it's kind of urban chic, I think. Country, urban chic, whatever you want to call it. It's more chic than Aunt Penny. So, pillow was a bust. Cow's going great. Aunt Penny is gone. For now. And I'm happy with this yarn. Thumbs up. Thumb. I just don't know yet. We'll see. But, I don't know. It's just an extra ball of yarn. And the whips are out of control. And a lot of it's baby blankets are being repurposed for the baby blankets, reclaimed. If your whips are out of control, come on down and join us at the Facebook group, the WIP Exchange. And there is no cash to be exchanged, no Bitcoin, none of that. Our currency is whips and yarn, and preferably whips that you just no longer want anymore. Maybe you've had all you could take looking at that one anymore, and you can't stomach to throw it away, and maybe you've cut it a few times and don't want to reuse it. I don't know. But somebody else may appreciate it. And just put all the details. If you're going to list something on the WIP Exchange, put all the details that you have for that yarn. And you don't have to go into detail about what you were making with it. You might say, this has got a few cuts in it. This has got some knots in it. This needs frogged. Obviously, you could just show it as it is and not, go into too much detail about what you were making with it. But you could say, there's enough yarn here to complete the project. It was this pattern. You could say, kept some of the yarn. This is what's left. This is what I was going to make with it. And it's this kind of fiber, and it's been kept in this type of storage. Have cats, have dogs, or just have dogs. If, whatever is pertinent to that WIP. In the life of that WIP that it's had so far, if it's been around pets especially, or been, exposed and it's wool, we want to be sure that, that's explained. We don't want moth ridden stuff and bring moths into our home. So, if you wouldn't want to take it from someone, don't put it on the group, obviously. And we don't want any drama. We just want to enjoy it and exchange WIPs as you feel you want to. And some people might have a nicer WIP than you have to offer them for an exchange. And what you can do is just not reply to that person if you don't want to accept their exchange for yours. And maybe they'll up their you know, reply again and say, here's 2 WIPs for year 1. So I think it would be like really fun. You never know what somebody else can do with your WIP. You really don't. I mean, they might just take it and finish the project. They might take it and add some different yarn to it and turn it into something else. You could take a child's cardigan made in the round that wasn't finished, turn it into a bag. You know, you just don't know. And not even take the stitching undone, just add some straps to it. Boom, a lining, boom, done. You know, so somebody else may love on that project, whereas you've kind of lost your love for it, and it's time to let it go and have a better home. And maybe get to be something in the future. So, in the meantime, I think we're done for tonight. And I hope you guys have a great weekend. And stay tuned for our outtakes and private home videos of Aunt Penny and her shenanigans, because there's a few here. And I want to tell you all, that accent is fake. You can tell it right before she left, and when I caught her in my nightgown, my jammies, I was just like, she's so fake. I knew she'd been faking that southern accent, 'cause she didn't grow up in the South. She just moved down there since like she's in her 20s. So fake. So fake. Bye, y'all. Have a good weekend. Mama's got new hair. I rooted it, girls. What do you think? I think it looks great. Yeah, got a clip at the back of my neck. But yeah, it's rooted and faded in the back. Looking pretty good. Isn't she cute? She's cute. She's cute. Genderella, is it almost done? Come on, I need my hair. Genderella, hurry up and get those on there. We gotta hang these WIPs. You get them straight, every single one of them. Do it now. Come on. We gotta hurry up so we can get out and get about and go see the baby. Come on now. Hurry up, Genderella. Genderella, come on. Pick up the pace. Let's get it done. You get them all cleaned up now. Look at all them WIPs you got. You got that SCD, that secondary crafting disorder, and now you got all this mess. You got whiplash from all that WIP stash, and now you just got a mess all over that floor. Come on now, clean it up. Clean it up. We got to get going. We got to go. I need to eat. Come on, let's go. Poor Abby, my nephew Abby. That Jen, she just don't cook for him like she should. And the man's got to cook for himself so much of the time. So he's really not acclimated to our diet here in America, our upstanding, standard American diet, which is like some people call it sad for standard American diet, but he's got all this food. He just thinks it's just so good for him. And right now he's making him some dried fish. Y'all ever hear that? Dried fish. He wants Jen to try this dried fish. He thinks this African food's going to help her knees. But we'll see if Jen is smart enough to try it. We'll see. We will see. This is, yeah. Don't pay attention to this right here hanging off right there. That's just nothing. It ain't nothing. A little bit of something, a little bit of nothing. We got fish and we got Trish here. Jenny's friend Trish. Where's Jen? Where's Jen? Is Jen gonna eat some fish, Abby?
Yep.
Does she like fish, Abby?
Right.
Jen likes fish.
Yeah,
How well do you know my Jen?
It's good.
You know, I dried that fish out for you. Did you know that? I dried it out for you. Don't you just love your Aunt Penny? Trish here. Trish here. She's finishing up this blanket here. Of course, I got her started on it. I did most of that work. Trish, and she's wearing one of Jen's sweaters. Trish thinks she learned to crochet now. She's doing real good.
Good now.
But I did some of that blanket there, didn't I, Trish?
Yeah.
Yeah. Aunt Penny, just take care of everybody. Everybody just take care of. It's a good thing I come to visit Jen. I tell you, this place has been a mess, and y'all just been scattered without her here for an hour, and then she come in here and just long enough to mess up all that yarn. Just long enough to make that mess all back there with all this yarn. I mean, y'all just look at this. Just look at this. Little dog going crazy. Yarn everywhere. Just yarn, yarn, yarn. Say yarn, Abby. Tell us.
Yarn.
Yarn, yarn, yarn. It's just a mess. Jen's hey now, watch the language. Abby, we don't talk like that around here. This snuggly little, cuddly little baby. I made this sleep sack. I made the baby too. Just don't tell anybody. Shh. Penny made the baby and the sleep sack. She's so precious. So precious. Oh, goodness.
Because I'm a
Goodness
new person.
gracious. Been so busy. Jen just can't keep up with Aunt Penny. Jen, she can't. She's just Cinderella. She can't keep up. I make so much stuff. Make it all. I just want to make it all. And I can. I can do it. But if you can't, you need to get you on the WIP Exchange. Come on over. Exchange that WIP. I'll fix them all. I can do it. Well, I'll tell you what. This house is somewhat of a wreck with all this yarn in here. I just don't know what to do. I'm trying to whip her into shape. Jen just don't listen. And, I give her more ideas to help her with her ideas, and she just don't listen sometimes. If she would just get it together, she'd just get it together and finish those whips. I know she got some of my blood in her. I know it. We're all cozy now. She's off in the other room, and I'm snuggling up with her dog Boo-Boo, Bailey, and borrowed her robe. It's okay, I borrowed it. I made it. If you find yourself repeatedly making little crochet stations around your house, little knitting stations so you can stitch, and you're making whip stops everywhere through your house so you can encourage yourself to finish your whips, and you still just can't get around to dealing with a few of them, come on over to the WIP Exchange. It's our new Facebook group. Jen better keep it up, because I got other things to do down south, and it's cold up here. Aunt Penny ain't staying up here. I'm not staying up here. It's too cold and snowy today. It's just freezing, and it's all slippery, and it's a wreck. Not as much of a wreck as this house is. Of course, her and Trish went gallivanting all around town again today, and went and seen this you know, we went to visit the baby. They took me out there and we went to Hobby Lobby, you know, and she getting more yarn, more whips to come. And it's never ending whip process for her. Some of those things she finishes, she says she does, but shh, I made it.